Hi guys, welcome back to another unboxing. Today we've got something a bit more special that's literally just come on sale. It's the new Hornby NRM Flying Scotsman and National Railway Museum support coach. It's obviously locomotion, which is the National Railway Museum at Shildon project and model, I guess, released by them, but obviously, as you can see down here, it is a Hornby model, but it is a limited edition of 500 models and is essentially the new model that Hornby were going to be releasing this year anyway, but just in, it comes obviously with an extra support coach which the Flying Scotsman now carries behind it wherever it goes. And the engine itself is in a bit more of an actual more gloss finish, like the actual engine itself is. So I've been looking forward to getting one of these for quite a while. I've seen, as probably quite a few of you have seen, in sort of the Hornby magazine and stuff like that, there's been a lot of adverts about them. Looking on the website, there's pretty much, I think it's about 430 of them, I think, out of the 500 have sold. I've got my limited edition certificate here, so I got number 451 out of 500, but obviously it's just got a bit more information on here and some signatures, but it obviously comes with every Hornby limited edition. The box is very nice. It obviously comes in the locomotion sort of, well, packaging, like livery almost, with up in the top corner obviously National Railway Museum. So it's not a standard sort of Hornby style box, but it still sort of obviously comes with the picture of what you get in the box, with the obviously the engine itself with the smoke deflectors, and identical to how it is just now after its restoration, and the Mark 1 support coach that it carries behind it with National Railway Museum York written on the side. So without more further ado, we shall open the packaging and see what's inside. So it looks like it's more of the traditional sort of box you get with, well, when you get sort of train packs, with the polystyrene box, with this bit of card on top, which we have to cut these bits of tape here, just to get it off. I'll cut 3 of them. And if you pull this to one side, we are obviously, that's the engine and the support coach in there. You can take a quick look in there, and you can already tell it's got a much more glossier finish, much more glossier finish than normal. We move across to the tender. Don't know how well this is showing up on camera. If I try and zoom in a bit more, it's a very nice finish, but we'll come on to that in just a minute. We'll just quickly look at this, which is obviously the maintenance manual, which just comes with everything Hornby send out, really. Just standard. It will have the electrical plug socket, the decoder will be in the tender, you can remove the coal, and there are brake rods that you can install or take off. So obviously moving on to the box, we've got these, which are alternate sort of couplings. I don't think they're actually working, but obviously this model is designed to be what the Flying Scotsman looks like at the moment, so just after the restoration, and obviously the modern couplings are what it has. So these are just the optional modern couplings, which I probably will install, to be honest. if we come to the other little hole on the side here, we have another bogie which will go under the cab. I would presume if it's giving us one of these with the sort of flanged wheels, that the wheel underneath the cab is fixed. Oh no, it is actually movable, but it probably will just have the flat wheels at present, and you can add these on if you would like. And it has the copper piping that goes between the front bogies that you can sort of add to most engines these days, and it looks like it also has sort of these sort of piping and this little guard on the front. You see this little black guard which it has on the front of the engine at the moment, just for when the coupling isn't in use, it sort of rests on. So very much trying to, well, giving the engine, obviously it's brand new, albeit restored, brand new look, but it will look, it's not looking how it did in the sort of 50s and 60s when it had this BR livery. It's looking how it does now in 2016. So first we will take the support coach out, and there's nothing else in there, just checking, and we'll just rest that down there. So here we have the BR Mark 1 support coach that the engine obviously pulls behind it wherever it goes on its steam trips. I actually work for the Cathedral Express steam touring company, and on a trip I went on with the Flying Scotsman up to Holyhead, this identical coach was being pulled behind the engine wherever it went, so it's quite a nice touch to sort of get it with this support coach. And obviously if I just focus it in on there, let me see if you can, focus is being a bit weird there, but it's there we go. It's obviously got all the modern day sort of the markings, and just the fact it has this on the side is a very nice touch. But I guess in reality it is just a BR sort of, probably just a brake coach, but you're not going to see very many in this sort of style with the National Railway Museum York written on the side. So we'll put that to one side for the moment, and now we'll get to the actual engine itself. Now I don't know if this is going to be, if the tender and the loco are going to be joined together in any way. A lot of Hornby engines at the moment seem to be coupled together when you get them. However, this engine I'm not too sure if it is or not. I might just try and take this little bit of foam out from between here. Okay, yeah, it is coupled together. So I'm going to have to give this a bit of more extra caution just as I try and pull the engine out. I'm not sure how the best way to do this on camera is. This is a lot more difficult to do than okay, so getting that out of the box was a bit more tricky than I first thought, but it now is out of the box, and you can see this gloss finish it has is just incredible, really. It's pretty similar to the new Duchess of Hamilton that they've released recently with the gloss finish, but it definitely makes the engine so much more different, and much more worth getting, because you never really see too many Hornby engines in this sort of gloss finish. I'm looking forward to putting it on my layout and seeing how it sort of looks like alongside sort of other engines, but I'm thinking it will look very good with the support coach, so let's go get it on the rails. Okay, so we've got the train on the loco on the track, and it fits in very well with all the other stuff and just looks even more amazing sort of actually being on the track itself. I unfortunately did not have another decoder to hand, so I have the possibility, as you can see down here, to run just off a normal DC system, so that's what I'm going to be testing it with at the moment. But I'm very pleased with it. It looks very good, especially just pulling the support coach. They just fit perfectly together, really, and just seeing the loco as I've seen it, well, very recently, it's just very good. So we're just going to go and turn the power on and see how it runs. And there you go, takes off straight away and appears to be running absolutely fine, really. No sort of jumping around or anything. It just took off very smoothly and very immediately. And it is very quiet as well. I do have track underlay, but even though I have that, the engine itself is just very quiet and looks very at home with that coach behind it. I'm probably not going to do a pull-in power test on this engine just because of the cost of it, and I just don't want to really strain it, to be honest. I'd rather just keep it in as pristine a condition as I can and not really try and push it very much. But if you are going to be using it frequently, which I will have it on my layout, I just probably won't have it pulling anything ridiculous, and probably won't overdo the running times on it. But I'm pretty certain it will be able to pull, well, as much as any sort of modern, recent Hornby A3 or A4 would really pull, to be honest. But it's running along fine. It's done a few laps. I might just quickly check how it copes in reverse quickly, but it's not going to be going in reverse very often. Okay, I got caught a little bit on a bush there, but other than that, it's coping absolutely fine. And just reverse it into the station, and have it stop down there, and just sort of show you what it looks like in a station. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. I obviously bought it off the Locomotion website. At the time, this is the first, I don't know the exact date, but early August. There are still about 70 of these left on the website. I would highly recommend getting one, because you're never going to really see one of these, well, very much of these, I guess, in this finish. Hornby are releasing a Flying Scotsman to replicate the new restored Flying Scotsman itself, but it will just be the engine and it will not have this gloss finish. So if you can get your hands on one of these, I would highly suggest it. I'm probably going to be one of the first people to put up a video actually about this engine, but I've seen that someone has clearly received theirs before me, and it's up on eBay for about £300 at the moment. So if anything, it's just a worthwhile investment as well. But I'm not really into just buying locos just to resell them on at a higher price. I do like to actually have them running on my layout, so I will be using this, and I highly doubt I will ever sell it on, but obviously if I or yourselves ever needed to for any particular reason, I can imagine this will be selling second hand for quite a bit more than the 185 you pay for it from Locomotion. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.